Proof Quavo bailed out Takeoff suspect. Takeoff's case has gotten super interesting over the last few months. But what's crazy is the most insane part hasn't really been publicized. Takeoff's suspect, better known as Patrick Xavier Clark, was released on bond not too long after being arrested. His bail was set at $1 million, and nobody he knew could afford that, except for one person, the man himself, Quavo. It's said that Quavo bailed out Takeoff's suspect because they're friends, and Patrick Xavier Clark accidentally hit Takeoff with a misfire. This shocking news has the rap media shook, and there's so much to get into about it. It's been shocking to see what Takeoff's case has come to, and the way things played out are just ridiculous. First of all, Takeoff was hit with a misfire, and it ended up taking his life. Like, what's the chances of that? Then, Takeoff's so-called suspect is bailed out of prison by Quavo. And on top of that, none of it is publicized. There's obviously a reason none of this was publicized, and it's actually super interesting. Everyone knows Takeoff's suspect was bailed out of prison, but no one knows the dark truth behind it all. There's so much to get into about Takeoff's case, but today we'll mainly be sticking to proof Quavo bailed out Takeoff's suspect. Like I said, there's a lot to get into, so be sure to stick around and watch this video until the end, as we get into things one detail at a time. Trust me when I say you won't want to miss a thing. Thanks for stopping by today and visiting us at Lime Report. We post daily celebrity updates and news that you really should know about if you're a fan. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to our channel for more videos like this, leave a like, and comment keyword Takeoff to enter a chance at winning our brand new iPhone giveaway. One lucky viewer is picked at the end of each month. Now, let's jump into this video and take a closer look at proof Quavo bailed out Takeoff's suspect. Takeoff's case has been in progress for a few months now, and it's just now starting to get really sticky. On the night of Takeoff's passing, there was a lot of interesting things that took place. But the craziest thing is the man that took Takeoff's life didn't mean it, and accidentally hit him. This obviously caused the crowd to disperse, and all that was left was Takeoff and Quavo. Takeoff was not responsive and basically lost his life right there. At first, there was a bunch of confusion in the air. Many people thought there was a hit on Takeoff, and that's the reason behind his passing. But the truth is, the man that took Takeoff's life was actually on the same side as Takeoff when things popped off, and was a friend of Takeoff and Quavo. Patrick Xavier Clark was actually trying to defend Takeoff and Quavo, but ended up doing the total opposite and taking Takeoff's life. This was a tragedy, and it was all an accident which resulted in legendary rap artist Takeoff losing his life. As time went on, the case started to make more and more sense to law enforcement as they pieced more things together. Eventually, they were able to find the suspect known as Patrick Xavier Clark and put him behind bars. A bond of $1 million was set for the suspect's release, which they thought no one would be willing to pay. But to everyone's surprise, it wasn't long before Patrick Xavier Clark got bailed out. The media was shook when Takeoff's suspect was released from prison, but the crazy part is no one actually knew the dark truth. The dark truth behind Patrick Xavier Clark's bailout is Quavo is the person who bailed him out. Quavo, Takeoff, and Patrick Xavier actually go way back and have been associates for a long time now. Quavo knows that when stuff started to go down, Patrick Xavier was there to protect them, but accidentally hit Takeoff. Quavo knows that Patrick Xavier had good intentions of protecting him and Takeoff, and all that happened was an accident. So once the case started to tie together and Quavo found out it was Patrick Xavier who took Takeoff's life, but he remembered the night of, and he remembered Patrick Xavier being on his side and trying to protect them. After Quavo heard it was a misfire and he accidentally took Takeoff's life, he was obviously shocked but still felt bad for Patrick Xavier Clark because he knew that he didn't mean it. Quavo easily came up with the $1 million to help out his old friend Patrick Xavier Clark. But since they knew this would be a super controversial topic, they kept that part out of Patrick Xavier's release. Quavo and Patrick Xavier are still cool with each other, but have most definitely been keeping their distance since his release. Takeoff's passing has still truly affected Quavo, and he's been pretty low-key about the whole messed up situation. I don't blame him, and I bet it's been a very tough time for Quavo, losing his best friend and also having to deal with all the media stuff and law enforcement. It's obviously no fun, and the part that sucks most is we lost legendary rapper, the one and only Takeoff. I hate to see it, and the rap game is most definitely at an all-time low right now. For more content like this, be sure to subscribe to our channel.